Bonj Youtubers, it is I, Llew again, and we're back with part 5 of Kerbal Space Program. Now, as you may remember from episode 4, we had our pilot head off into space, actually managed to get an orbit in process. Didn't do a full orbit in all honesty, but we managed to get an orbitary idea away, so which I was quite happy about that. On re-entry, half of the experiments exploded because I was coming in way too hot, but we still managed to get some science. He ended up in a desert, so again, that's not too bad. I mean, let's go to the tracking station first and foremost, and if I remember rightly, we ended up here. We actually ended up there, which isn't a bad flight. I was quite happy with that. If I'm right in thinking, we start here. Do you know something? I just cannot orient. For some reason, I cannot ever remember where the hell we start off from on this map. Now, my aim in these videos is to get a satellite into space. That is one of them, in hopefully a geostationary orbit. And number 2 is to make it to the moon. That'll be my wife. I do apologise. I finished work early today, and I've come home. We've got 2 new bunnies, and both of them escaped from their run. I managed to nibble a shitload of cables behind the TV. Hey ho, it's one of those things. Luckily, they're both alright. There was no power to any of the sockets anywhere, as me and the wife turn all of our guff off when we go out to work or when we leave the house on night time. So, luckily, there was no damage. It's just a bit of wiring, and I can repair that. Little sods they are. Anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, my aim of the game, or my aim in these videos, is to initially get a geostationary satellite in an east-west orbit. So as that spins, my satellite will spin at the same rate, and also to get a Kerbal to the moon and back. Now, whether I get a Kerbal up there or whether I do it remotely, I don't know yet. My first task, though, is I actually want to get more sciencey bits, so I'm going to try and do a north-south takeoff today, and I want to try and land on one of the poles, because that will help us get some more sciencey points, which means I can get more stuff, and it means I can get more gubbins to head off to the moon. Now, the moon, as you can see, is just the moon. That's it. That's all it is. So that's at what? 11,400,000 metres away from Kerbal. Is that right? From Kerbal, yes, that's right. I was right. So, right, let us prepare our ship. Now, I would say I'd go for a plane, but in all honesty, I'm not too clever on building planes. I can do the rockets alright, to some degree. Now, again, what do I go? You see, I've got things like this now, the C2B Horizon cockpit, which means it's a big plane. I'll tell you what, I'll use the command pod still. I'll stick with the command pod, because I can control it a little bit better. Is that the big? That's a big parachute. We don't need that. We need that one there, right? So I'd set that to a half decent altitude or pressure wise. I'm going to carry a couple of these in as well, which is the side parachutes. I want them, but I want that quite high just in case. I know it sounds like I may be using or utilising something really silly like a rocket just to go up to the pole, but like I said, my aircraft building skills are not phenomenal. They're really not. They're actually fairly shit in all honesty, for my honest opinion. Right. What do we have sciencey wise? Right, we've got the Science Junior. I am definitely going to need that. That's what I need. I need a couple of service bays. I'm still going to stick with these service bays because these are coming in very handy for keeping all the bits and bobs safe. So let's get those opened. Let's bosh our sciencey bits in there. Remember, we need 2 of these. Well, no, you prick. No, 2. 2. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, bugger me with a fish fork. Right, anyway, we're going to need 2 of them. We're going to need 2 barometers and 2 thermometers, just so we even out quite nicely. So we've got our goo, we've got our science boy, we've got everything that we can potentially get for the present moment. I'm still going to have to research this a little bit outside. So I'm going to have to research the detection array outside of the game, I think, just so I understand what the hell it is. Right, I'm not going to go in for any communications device because when you transmit stuff, you lose science points, and I don't really want to do that. I want to try and keep as many as I can. So my big question now is, do I stick some landing struts on it? But I can't, can I? Because I've got those there. But also as well, how do I get me guys down? Do you know something? I don't think I've actually quite got that far yet. I haven't got me step ladders, so I can't even put bloody ladders on the side yet. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'm going to stick a structural fuselage there. I mean, that's going to weigh what? That's what, 100 kilos, is that? 0.1 of a ton is 100 kilos. I may be wrong, you know. If I am, I apologise profusely. I do have me moments where I'm right and I have me moments where I'm wrong. Anyway, on this one, I'm going to stick some landing struts on it because I want him to land. You know, I'm not too fussed about getting back off the ground. Hang on, what's going on there? That's better. Right. So I've got plenty of space there. I'm going to keep my head... In all honesty, I know this looks a bit of overkill just for flying up over. You know what I mean? Start retracted. Right, so that looks good. I'm happy with that. Now, coupling. That's the big one. What's that one? That's a tiny one. I need that one. The standard stack decoupler. Fuel tanks. Now I'm going to bosh one of them on now. We have the bigger tanks. I'm going to move it up slightly. I've got a feeling this will either go one of 2 ways. I will either fail dramatically or I will epically win. Now I'm going to stick that down to about 60%. There we go. That'll do quite nicely. Now I'm going to copy that. Put off to one side. I should have just done that really, shouldn't I? No, I didn't want to do that, you prick. It's that. Righty Hoadley. Now, I'm in the dark. Now I'm heading on a... No, that's a good sized chunk away, isn't it, really? I'm wondering if I can keep it in the atmosphere, but keep it at decent... Do you know what? I don't think this is going to work, but you never know. I didn't want to do that. I want to do that. Right, I'm going to go zippo, well, I'm going to go a little diddy bit of throttle on my main, right, we're off. I know I'm heading north because my compass down the bottom says 359, and that's good for me. Right, I'm going to stick it there, and I'm going to leave it there. A bit wibbly wobbly, but I can handle that. The first stage is almost out. a solid rocket boost at least, or almost out. There we go. Sort of wibbling about a bit. I'm still heading in the right direction, and that's all I need to worry about. It is quite sensitive on the uptake. Right. So far, I'm not going to get very far. I need to go full tilt here, don't I, really? No, I don't need to go full tilt, I just need to slow it down a bit. I'm at 400 metres a second. I'm still heading in the right direction, and I can live with that. I've still got a fair amount of fuel to go. And as I don't want to really exceed 450 metres a second. I know it'll get faster as the higher altitude I get, because it's obviously going to get a thinner altitude. Thinner atmosphere even. I've got a feeling I should have just went into orbit and then come back down. But never mind. I'm happy with 409 metres a second. Now, up there like that, 416. Let's slow this down. Let's slow it down. So we're climbing quite nicely. We are climbing quite nicely. Keep it nice and easy. See, if we keep our speed right, our fuel consumption stays half good, half decent. I mean, bearing in mind that's 75% thrust, isn't it? As well. I don't think I'm going to make this, you know. But never mind, I'm not bothered about that. I know I've not even reached... Didn't want to do that. I wanted that. I seem to be going the wrong way. I seem to be heading down. Come on. I need to go up. I'd rather head that way. Because I know we're going a bit faster than where I wanted to go. Once I get those marks in there, I need to slow down. I'm almost out with my second stage here. Oh well, it is where it is. And like I say, I'm not that bothered because I have availability to slow myself down. I have the availability for my parachutes, and I've got landing struts this time as well. So I'm going to give them a bash. Nothing to report on there because we've already got these, really. Right. Oh, shit. The hell? Well, I've no idea what the pig hell happened there. Here. Do you know what? I think I really should have just made a plane and I've overdone with it. this has been a pig. I don't understand what the hell's going on here. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to cut that. Oh, you dumb bastard. I've done it again. Balls! Crap. Oh well, I've managed to salvage a little tiny bit of the capsule. Parachute should come out very soon. There's one, that's good. There's 2 and 3, that's good, we're slowing down. Maybe I should have made a plane. There's parachutes 1, 2 and 3 all opening. Right, time to fast forward, because we're going to be there for a little while if I just let it fall at 3 meters a second. Well, like I've said many times already in this particular game, it's a learning curve, and some of these you will win, some of these you will epically fail, like this one. Or should I say like Valentina. I've lost Valentina. I'm still quite gutted about that, because we did really well, and then we decided to plummet her into the side of a mountain range. So yes, that was a good experiment. My wife asked me last night why I put so many parachutes on these things. I went, do you know what? I'd rather err on the side of caution and know that I would slow down quite nicely and not thump about in the floor. Looks like we're going to land very shortly. So even this is high ground. There we go. Alright, let's get a surface sample. EVA report. Let's plant the flag for once, sir. Site name. Sweet Greenfield. Okay, that. Right. Recover vessel. So we got some bits recovered. Oh, we got some items recovered. There's our flag. We've still got 7 again. Why? Let's get them all tracked at least, and the amount of crap that's in orbit around this solar system is unbelievable. Mind you saying that, I would probably say there's much the same. 41 objects discovered. That's bonkers. Right, into R&D. We have 123 available points, and each of these are 90. Right, there we go. There is our steps. I might as well just get them, in all honesty, because those will come in handy. Right, I'm going to have a go at making a plane. And I could be very successful, and I could not be very successful. I wasn't very successful the last time, really, was I? Cut liquid fuselages. So if I do that, what do I have engine-wise? We have a Wheezy turbo fan. Right, okay. Aerodynamics. Engine is self-contained power air drive includes some reserve fuel, making it very practical. See something. But the question is on that then, do I have... Well, I'll tell you what, if I put them like that, that's still giving us the option there of doing quite nice engine design, I suppose. Circular air intake. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. But I'll tell you what, let's move it down to there. In fact, let's move it up a bit to there. Now, is that the... No, that's too small. But the thing is, I don't want to put the tail connector on, like, because it's... I'm going to have to move them out of the way, aren't I? Like that. Why is it with these tail connectors? Well, at least it's angled, I suppose. So if I put them there, we should, in theory, have... Right, let's have a look. Centre of mass is there. Centre of thrust. We haven't put any wings on yet. But the thing is, do I put them engines a little bit further in like that, and then attach the wings to that? Well, we can only try, can't we, and see what happens. I have a nasty feeling it may not work, but until we try it, we shall never know. Right, I'm going to put them there, so we've got plenty of lift. Let's push a couple of elevons on. That's how you say it. I can never get this part bloody right. Tell you what, right, I have a Zippo idea if this will work. Right, all of our shit works. Okay. I'm going to get some lights on the situation. So there we go. We're looking good. Bang tidy, as the saying goes. Now, get rid of the brakes. Oh, we're off. Holy shit. We're away. I did not expect that. I need to head north. I need to keep a good height as well. Let's get some speed behind it. Oh, Christ on the bike. I didn't expect that to work so easily. I'm quite seriously impressed. It worked. Well, hands up if you didn't think that would work for me. And I am very impressed with that. So I'm going to just take it up an angle. Right, this could be a long flight or longish flight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for you guys, and I'm just going to keep on going, and I'm going to hopefully land in the Arctic. So anyway, this will be a jump cut. Now I've restarted again. Now I've made it. I mean, game time it there says 29 minutes. It was more like 7 or 8 in all. I did fast forward a fair amount of it. I'm still doing quite well, and I've made it from the initial base to, as you can see there, I've actually hit the pole. Not the pole directly, but I've actually hit the Arctic Circle, I suppose, as it would be on here. All so I can get a sample of that area. That's exactly what this is about. I'm really quite chuffed. It's survived well, and fuel consumption wise has been absolutely awesome. So I'm going to cut my thrust down quite considerably. So I'm going to slow it right down, and I'm going to start making a slow descent from 9,000 metres. Now, my landing skills on planes are rubbish. So this could go one of two ways. I know I'm pulling a lot of speed at the present moment. 530 metres a second is ridiculous amounts of speed. So I need to scrub a lot of that speed off as I come in. I know that. I will never survive. If I put my landing gear down, then that potentially would slow us down. Will it slow us down? That is bringing us quite nicely. And look at the speed that's dragging off there. So I'm coming in at a nice landing depth, I believe. I just need to bring it up slightly because that's a bit too quick for me. I'm going to bring the throttle all the way down. Like I say, this could go one of two ways. And I honestly don't know what height the ground is at here. Let's have a quick look at the map. I've got plenty of space. I've got a nice speed. I'm at 4,000 metres and dropping. Just going to bring it up slightly. I'm just going to bring it up slightly more. Just bring my nose up a bit. That's at 10. Is that 10 metres a second? Just need to bring the speed up a little bit. I'm doing 190 metres a second. I'm conscious about this at the present moment. I'm very sort of windy. I know I'm not going to stall. I'm doing quite well. 3,500 metres. Plenty of room. I was just getting a bit wary there about how long this could potentially. I'm just going to stick my nose down a tad and just drop a little bit quicker. But knock my throttle all the way back. Because I'm pulling 200 metres a second roughly. up slightly there. Right. So we've got a nice rate of descent. It's 10 metres a second. I need to make sure that light up there stays off. Quick scan the map, loads of space. A little diddy bit of throttle. Red light was on, so just pull up slightly. When that light's on, it means that it's pretty much unsurvivable, if I'm right in thinking. Because most of the parts on this have a survivability, like crash survivability of 10 metres a second or less. Right, that's way too high. Too much nose, too much nose. Right, I've almost cut all my throttle down. This is a game and I'm absolutely bricking my pants that I crash. Crap. No. Too much noise, there we go. I still need to sort of drop. But I also need throttle as well to keep me airborne. How do pilots do this? See, working with the keyboard for me is a little bit finicky with this. I am very much used to doing this with joystick. I'm pretty sure I can use a controller for most of these. .5 metres a second, 122 metres a second. Still a bit too 400 metres. .15 metres a second. So far, I'm very, very happy with this. I just need a little bit more throttle because that's a bit too slow speed. I might stall, and I'd rather not stall. Not at this critical. Oh shit, I can see the floor. The lights are on the floor. Oh my good God. We're doing well. Wrong button. Went way too high. Yes! My brakes are on. I am so happy right now. I have got the biggest smile on my face ever. Oh my God, I've actually landed a plane in Kerbal space program. I've built one, I've made it fly, I've got plenty of fuel left to get back to base, and that would be the toughest one, but as it stands, I'm so happy. Because that's exactly what I wanted. Oh crap. I'm so excited, I don't know what the hell to do. How silly is that? Okay, EVA report. I don't care. Northern ice shelf, so it means I'm going to have to put one at the southern ice shelf as well, no doubt. Oh. Okay, Northern Ice Shelf. Let's just name it as that. Have I spelled shelf right? Okay, that. Yay. Oh, I am so happy right now. He's just walked right underneath the plane. I'm just going to recover the vessel. Do you know what? That is the happiest I've been about recovering. I'm just going to recover that, in all honesty. That is... Yes, I do wish to recover it. Oh, that was so cool. I'm just going to go straight R&D because I know I've got me 90 points now to get this last one for the propulsion systems. All the big ones now starting 160. So I now need to make some big leaps into the atmosphere, really, and see what we need. The only thing I've not looked at here is science archives. And this tells us what we should be doing, or what we can do. So, as it stands, we have a lot of stuff we can utilise, or what we can get. So, as you can see here, barometer scans, atmospheric pressure scan while in space high over Kerbin. So we can do that. That's something to aim for. Same with the temperature as well. We can do that. Material study from Kerbin's upper atmosphere and in space near Kerbin. We can do them. There's additional bits that we can utilise. So surface sample from Kerbin's water. We can get them. There's all sorts that we can potentially do here. EVA report, 31 hidden. Look at this. Atmospheric pressure scan while high over Kerbin. We can get shitloads for that. EVA report from space above Kerbin's shore, above Kerbin's water. Material study. We don't have to do a lot of EVA there, really, do we? So we still have a lot that we can be going on. Atmospheric pressure scan in space high over Kerbin. So we do have a lot of work to do and a lot of things to aim for. But like I say, then I think the next big thing we need to do now is get a satellite in space, or at least try and get one of our Kerbals to the Mun and potentially get him back, or her back. It's probably going to be her in all honesty, but you never know. Or them. We could even try and get them back. But that remains for another play time. Thank you very, very much for watching and listening to me waffle on. And thanks for bearing with me in my small flight to the northern ice shelf. This is Llew signing out. Peace.